Oh, you know, I did film the install of the Hydra mod, and I gave you some step-by-step instructions on how to do it. So have a look. Here I am just taking it apart, and I realize I could have brought you along for the journey, because I don't want you to just think that these magically went together. There are 2 screws in the base of the innards that you need to loosen, and you also need to remove the PTFE tube just a little bit, and then you just kind of roll everything forward.
So inside right here, there's a cable going down to 2 connection points, and if we wiggle those, they're not in there too tough.
And at that point, you can remove this. 2 screws fell out, recover those. Now look, number 4 gets to go over here. Here's the inside of an AMS unit. That's the side you're most familiar with, but take a look at that. All of these little gear housings feed the filament through PTFE tubes down to this little combiner, and that's why there's a PTFE tube right here, because it kind of spits it out or draws it in right from that point. So now what we do in this, I'm gonna undo the 4 motors. So motor, let's see. The RFC or NFC antennas, they are glued into place. So as far as what AMS you have, older ones did not have the antennas glued into place. There we go. That's what one looks like right there. I'm just taking these snips and cutting the glue on either side. Let's free up the motors next. So what I've been doing is taking out the 4 screws and just setting them to the side with each of the motor and gear housings. What I forgot to do is free the PTFE tubes. You just need to put pressure on these and pull them out. It's pretty easy. So this motor's done. It's a little bit tough to get out, so I'm trying to do this without breaking them at this point. I'll see if I can. Just kind of there we go, didn't break it. Motors and gearboxes are paired with a roller it's got a gear on it, and then these rollers are free back here. So you just kind of pick these up and set them aside. And then these you want to pull out and then roll. So you can pull this side and then roll, and they should come out. And now we can free the other 3 motors. Boom. Now, for the board here, there are 2 screws, 1, 2, and then these are kind of captive little plastic pieces. We can break them. I usually just kind of bend them out of the way a little bit. But the plastic pieces are a part of the plastic innards that we aren't keeping. So I can bend these, take the board out. Don't need to do that yet. You can see this part is glued in. And so I just sort of pry it up and it comes off. And there's little rubber grommets around the 4 screws, which kind of keeps them captive. And so once you unscrew them, you don't have to remove them. Now this, let's see if I bend that and bend that just a smidgen. Board comes up, and then I can just do that. There we go. That clip right there, and then this should just lift out. There you go. So that's an empty insides. This is the 4th AMS warranty that I've voided today. I'm getting quite good at it. It's a neat injection molded piece of plastic, but what's really interesting, the design of the Hydra, Bambu could easily adapt that for injection molding, and then they could technically come out with a new revision of the AMS, a new hardware revision, and let it accept larger spools / just PLA. Now that you have the parts out in front of you, you just kind of want to go in reverse. I could slide in the RFID antennas. If you look at the antenna, there is a nipped edge and then a much greater nipped edge that goes in that direction. So these kind of slide in. It's going to slide in just like that. But let's get these in, and then let's put the screws in. Now you can go with putting in the board first, and I've done that a little bit today as well, but whatever you're most comfortable with, You just want to get the parts in and you want to get them connected, and you don't want to make too many mistakes that you can't come back from. Sometimes you're digging into plastic, right? This is ABS plastic, and sometimes when you dig in a bit too much, the screwdriver doesn't have the power to keep it going. But that's okay. A few twists and you're back on your feet. The 4 motors and gearboxes are all in. The RFID or NFC antennas are in. Now what's left is the board, the motor and the little combiner thingy. So now motor gets connected up here. RFID or NFC tag goes next, right there. Motor goes right here. This motor goes right here. All right. Everything is in the way it's supposed to. Last up is putting these screws in. These are not the easiest by any stretch of the imagination, and do what you can to get them in. Let's see. Next up is PTFE tubes. So the 2 in the middle, just try to get underneath wires and connect those to the 2 in the middle. It's pretty simple. These ones on the outer edge here, there's 2 little pathways that you can feed them through. Check that out. That's not bad. So on this part, there's a post up here and there's a post over there, and it's the 2 posts that receive the screws that go in here and here. The screws that came with it, these tiny little black ones, weren't long enough. And so what I've done is gotten some M3, what are these? M312. So I will thread those into the posts just to kind of pre-tap and then try them. So on the back here, there's 2 cables. They connect right here and right here. Just make sure that when you go in, motor's down, and they're super easy to plug in. Just make sure they seat properly. And they give you a good click or something. Because when you get it all done and then you see red lights, you're gonna realize that these cables that are meant for communication aren't actually seated. So the rollers, the gear side goes on this side, and you put in the gear side and then you push it down in, rolling a little bit, and it seats. You just want them to seat. Now what we should do is grab the spool and just make sure it rotates on the rollers really well. That's good. So now we can bring it over, and I connect up the PTFE to the little McJobby over there. I connect up the wire to the back for communication, and then I power it on, and we get 4 lights. Picard, there are 4 lights. 4 lights! Now, if everything is correct, these 4 lights will continue to blink. If something's wrong, such as the communication cable coming out of its mount, then they will all blink reddish, and they are all blinking white. So now, testing slot 1 in 3, 2, 1. Oh, I love it. I love it. So we've modified the AMS units and we've tested each one to verify each of the 4 filament slots work. And not just work with the larger spools, which is what we were intending to do. The next step is to load it up with printed solid Jesse PLA. And I've got a big box of it and I have no idea the colors that were sent. So let me clean this up and then let's find out together the 16 different printed solid Jesse PLA colors we're going to be printing on the Bambu.